Hey, welcome to Planet Hex. I'm Andrew Horn. We're outdoors, aren't we, Alex?
Finally, after all these years.
Yes, finally outdoors. Come out on a little hunt. It's Sunday, and so far it's a complete bust. So I'm going to try another couple of places before I go home and film at home.
Yeah.
But I've got a golem with me, keep me company. Excellent. Let's see what we can find, if anything. Cool thing spotted in the window of my site, Nottingham charity shop. It's a 1960s Lego. Still boxed, a didgeridoo. How can you not want a didgeridoo? Awesome gramophone. Check out this haberdashery shop. That is so beautiful. God knows how old that is. Alex,
yes.
What is it we're after? You're in a TMNT mood,
I need a
aren't
shredder.
you?
I don't have shredder, and that hurts my body.
No, you don't have a shredder. So tell them how many you bought recently.
So I've bought Last Ronin Mikey. The Mutant Mayhems. I've got Splinter, Bebop, which I didn't buy, but whatever. Splinter, Bebop.
All 4 turtles.
All 4 turtles. I already had Mikey, so I can add head start. Superfly.
Yeah.
Rocksteady still needs to come.
It'll come. And what was the crocodile? I can't remember his name.
Leatherhead.
Leatherhead, that's the one.
My favourite
Awesome.
of all of the Wave 1 is Leatherhead.
He's got some great stuff. Let's see what else we can find. Alex, what did you just find?
From Pixel Dan, because I was watching him this morning, because
You
that guy
Pixel Dan
watch
videos,
his
don't
channel. Watch his channel. Watch it.
Yes, tell us what you got.
I was watching his Turtles video this morning. It's like from 2015, one of the 2012 Transformers from Turtles. It's the one-step changes where you pull up this, turn it round fully, and it becomes the stealth car. And then you just turn it back round, and then it's the turtle again.
Awesome find, well done. That was a good find.
Yes.
Very good find. You've been watching Pixel Dan videos about those Turtles figures, so it's really cool to find one out in the wild. It's cool to find anything out in the wild at the moment, because we really don't. So now we're going to head back to Castle Horn, and then we'll pick up where we left off.
I have one thing to say. I am Crocodile Dundee, and today we've been hunting in the wild for wild things. Like
Turtles.
VHS tapes and turtles.
VHS and Turtles figures.
G'day, mate. See you next time.
So we came back to Castle Horn with a new RAF, and we had a really good day. This is a really cool RAF. It was really funny that we were watching Pixel Dan videos about the Transforming Turtles figures, and then went and found one in a charity shop. So I'm really pleased with that, and Alex was very pleased with that as well. So before I go on to what I've picked up on my various hunts this week, I want to mention my eyes. I had a comment on a video this past week that said I'm clearly quite a heavy smoker of illegal substances due to the state of my eyes. Now, if you look, my eyes are white, not pink, I promise you that. But yeah, my eyes do often look rough. That's because I have a full-time job. I'm a parent of 2 boys, and I do all this stuff as well as writing books and playing a band. I'm tired, dude. So that's why I generally look a bit rough. I feel tired all the time. So that said, let's move on to the haul. First thing I want to talk about this week, actually, with the haul, was not retro items. This is a brand new release. This is a novel called Ernie and the Mage Killer by Jules Warner. And Jules is someone I've known for about 22 years, and what a very, very cool person she is. It is impossible to be bored around Jules, and I would wholeheartedly recommend anyone that wants to check out a decent fantasy novel in 2024, check out Ernie and the Mage Killer. That is from Bellows Press, and it's shaping up to be a really, really, really special thing. I knew it would be anyway, because I knew how talented Jules is, but this is a really cool book that I want everyone to check out, so do check that out. So I've also picked, again, non-retro, so I've started reading this Abroad in Japan. I'm fascinated by Japan. Probably never get there because it cost me a fortune, but I'm fascinated by it. So I watch a lot of things like Paolo from Tokyo and stuff like that. So this is really cool, really good recommendation. Two things I did pick up on hunts this week. I've also started this. I must stop reading so many books at once. This is The Best in the World by Chris Jericho. Love him or hate him, he's a good wrestler and he's an entertaining writer as well. So this is shaping up to be fun. See, I've started this one. Terrible habit of reading more than one thing at once. I've really got to get out of that habit. But this is shaping up to be a lot of fun and really, really entertaining. No movies this week. I've not picked up any movies this week. The last thing I picked up this week is a biography of Stan Lee, A Marvelous Life, and this is so cool. I'm really looking forward to getting into this, but I'm reading everything else first. It's one of those things that I always saw in all the comics when I was a kid, and the bullpen bulletins in Marvel Comics, and just an interesting guy. So I'm looking forward to having a look at that as well. So, one more thing I'm going to mention before we go on to check out what we can find in terms of VHS era goodies on Plex and Pluto, so free stuff. I want to mention the Straight to Video Patreon. So if you know myself, I'm a big fan of the Straight to Video 80s Video Shop and Straight to Video podcast from my friend Rob Lane, and they've kicked off a Patreon, and it's a really cool thing. I've joined myself, so if you see on their mentions, you'll see Planet Hex on there about the new Patreon, and I really want to support that place. I can't always get there because it is, it's quite a long way away from where I am. I'm in Nottingham, that's in Alfreton, so there's a train ride involved and so on for me, but I get there as often as I can. So this is a nice way to support it when I'm unable to get there so often. I want to get back there very, very soon though. But this coming week, I will be having a very busy weekend. This coming weekend, myself and Alex, my son, are off to HorrorCon Magna, so I'm looking forward to HorrorCon. I've never been to HorrorCon before. Almost went a few years ago when Dario Argento was going to be there, and then he didn't, unfortunately, so I cancelled my ticket, and then COVID and blah and stuff, things got in the way of that really happening. So I'm looking forward to going over to that on the edges of my hometown, and we'll see what we can find there. I know people like Kane Hodder are there, and Derek Mears, and Mira Sorvino randomly, so that's going to be interesting. So there's going to be some really cool people there to see, some really cool things to see, and I will be filming a Planet Hex right there at HorrorCon. So if you see me around, I'll probably have the hat on and a VHS is Happiness t-shirt. Come say hi, that would be amazing. I would love to say hi to anyone that's around there. So yes, onwards. The new book, by the way, VHS-8mybrain 2, The Revenge, will be out very soon. I don't have an exact date because I'm putting this out myself. I don't have an exact date like a large publisher would. As with the DIY ethic of the first one, I'm repeating that as I'm putting this one out myself, but it'll be out as soon as possible. The delay has been overcome, and we are very nearly over the over the finishing line with VHS-8mybrain 2, and I'm really proud of how it's come out. It's another festival of retro goodness and nostalgia, and some of it will hit you in the feels, I do hope. Anyway, without further ado, let's go and check out what VHS era goodies we can find for free over on Pluto and Plex. So something that does bug me a lot at the moment is the cost of streaming services. I have done a video about this previously, where it feels kind of oppressive at the moment that whenever you want to watch something, it comes up either on a streaming service you don't have, or it comes up with a cost attached, and that's getting really tiresome. There's a meme doing the rounds where it's like you get all these channels and then you realize that cable was cheaper, and you're still watching ads. I've seen that meme a few times lately, and it's entirely right. It's a ridiculous amount to expect people to pay. Yeah, some of them it's niche interest stuff like Arrow or Full Moon, which I have less of a problem with, but when you've got large studios like MGM and Paramount creating their own streaming platforms rather than allowing their shows to be on existing streaming platforms and working out a deal where they can do that so more people would see them, it doesn't sit well. We are being fleeced for our entertainment money, and it's not great, and it's only, I think in the long run, it's only going to damage the perception of these companies still further. I limit the number of paid streaming services we use because it just mounts up a lot, and we've got a house, a car, and 2 kids and 2 cats, and you know, various vices of our own, hobbies and whatnot. We want to keep afloat, and we don't want to spend all the available disposable income on TV. And that's a shame, because it shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be so difficult to get to see the stuff that you want to see. However, Pluto and Plex are great services where you can watch a bunch of stuff live. You can live stream hundreds of channels on these things, or you can watch on-demand shows and movies as well. And I'm going to take you through now some of the stuff that I found. Well, we're going to have a look together. I've found a bunch of stuff on these platforms lately, but we're going to have a look together at some of the VHS era gold that you can find on these platforms. Of course, that's my thing. That's my shtick. I like the VHS era. I like the video rental era. And if you don't want to pay out to see these things, you can find a lot of good stuff on Pluto and Plex. So we're going to take a look at Plex first. That's what I've got open straight away on the Plex Picks, which is generally pretty good. I see we've got Cruel Intentions, so if anyone wants to revisit Cruel Intentions, that's a good one you might want to check out. What else have we got here? Copycat, The Negotiator, The Getaway. There's some, you know, old action movies, Natural Born Killers, so there is some big stuff on here as well as lower budget things. But what I'm going to have a look at here is, you see there, I've watched Hammer the Toff. It was a black and white movie from 1952. Great fun, enjoyed that. I like a lot of black and white stuff as well from time to time. So let's go past the recommendations and get some of the have a look at some of the genre stuff. So not so bothered about based on true story, but let's have a look at let's have a look at the anime for a start. That's a great one. So there's Bubblegum Crash. Let's get that open. My favorite, Bubblegum Crisis, Attacking No Video, AD Police, is Beyblade. There's a load of stuff from the early eras there that's just a lot of fun. Cheap Thrills. I like it. They've got a section called Cheap Thrills. So that's generally like horror and low budget exploitation stuff. So straight away there you can see there's Halloween, 30 Days of Night, which is great. There's the original Night of the Living Dead, and I said Nightmare on Elm Street there. There's the remake of Wrong Turn, Lords of Salem. There's the remake of I Spit on Your Grave. There are quite a few remakes. There's also the original I Spit on Your Grave there. And a bunch of stuff that may well be of interest to genre fans. Hatchet 3, Green Inferno, there's Elijah Wood's version of Maniac, Dark Star, John Carpenter's Dark Star, and then you get to stuff like Howling 3, which is best sort of ignored. There's Reanimator, House of Drip Blood, Leprechaun. So straight away, you're finding stuff here that is free to view with no catch at all. There's nothing. There's no extras. There's no hidden extras. There's no microtransactions. Literally nothing. You can just watch stuff on here for free, and that's really cool. So let's have a look down here. There's a terminal there with Margot Robbie. Spring Reawakenings. So zombie movies. Pop punk zombies. I think I'm going to need to have a look at that one myself. That sounds right up my street. It may well be terrible, but I'll watch terrible things. I like terrible things. It's good fun. Although the Zombinator, I may draw the line at the Zombinator. See, whatever sort of mood you're in, you can find stuff here. There's westerns, midnight movies. So the midnight movies section is a lot of like exploitation films. So you've got Death Race 2000 there. Hard Ticket to Hawaii is a good fun watch if you like Andy Sidaris movies. There's Russ Meyer's Super Vixens, The Big Birdcage, Beneath the Valley of the Ultra Vixens. What else have we got there? Big Bad Mama, Multiple Maniacs, Rock and Roll High School, which is surprisingly fun with the Ramones in it. Deep Red from Dario Argento, Cat and Nine Tails as well. It's Foxy Brown. There's a lot of stuff here, free to watch. It's name stuff that you are familiar with, and if you just don't feel like spending a bunch, and I rarely do, I try and make my money go as far as I can. This is a great way to get a movie fix. There's Last House on the Left, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. There's Carnival of Souls. Yeah, granted, some of this stuff like Carnival of Souls and Dementia 13 is public domain, but a lot of this isn't. So it's definitely worth a look through. Mockbusters, gotta love the Mockbusters. Some music themed ones. There's the Twisted Sister documentary. And Get Thrashed, the story of thrash metal. Excellent. This is so cool. I hadn't actually looked at that section. Van Halen story. There's some great stuff on there. That's fantastic. Oh, the Cavern Club, been there. Okay, let's have a look at the action offerings here. Subway. Subway's a great movie. I'm halfway through a rewatch of that. If you've never watched it, it's a French movie, but it is absolutely worth your time. It is so good. It's AWOL. Fist of Fury. I want people to be aware that you can have entertainment without worrying about the cost of it, and you can find a wide range of stuff. So even if you have a niche interest like me, like the video rental era and similar, you can find a lot of good stuff to enjoy. So let's have a look at these ones I've got open on Plex, and then we'll move over to Pluto. So I've got Bubblegum Crash, which is a sequel to Bubblegum Crisis, my favourite ever anime, which I think I have in the next video there. Yeah, Bubblegum Crisis there. Lots of fun. There's powered suits. There's like zombified cyborgs. You can't go wrong with that. It's good fun, good action. Bubblegum Crash was its lesser known sequel, but I really loved it. There's only like 3 episodes of it on there, but I think that's all there was, if I remember rightly. I think it was like an OVA series. It's Otaku no Video, which is a fun one from the early days of anime coming over to the UK, to the overseas, away from Japan, and it becoming more known over here. Pop Pop Zombies, I'm going to keep that open, have a look at that later on. And I've got Subway open there, so yeah, this is so cool. So when you go to these things as well, they have all the information that you want about the movie. There's all the details there, the Rotten Tomatoes score, cast and crew, little sort of like IMDb sort of page. But when you go to them as well, you've got similar titles in free to watch. So there's a bunch of stuff you can just enjoy without Enigma, without getting ripped off for it. So do be aware. Plex, go and check out Plex. So let's go and see what we've got over on Pluto as well. So have a look at these in the on-demand section. Let's go to the view all for action movies. Let's try out the action movies first. So there's lots of low-budget action movies here. I see lots of the usual suspects. I see Danny Trejo, I see Stone Cold Steve Austin, Nicolas Cage, Steven Seagal, all the things that you would expect. Lots of these would be like straight to DVD ones, but if you look through these, you will find some old school gold. Again, Death Race 2000. What else have we got here? There's No Holds Barred. Blimey, do you remember No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan in it? Awesome. Bunch of kung fu movies, gotta love those. There's the original 3 live-action Ninja Turtles movies. First one is a classic. The second one is watchable. The third one is a punishment. But if you want to revisit those, if you're in a Turtles mood, my son is at the moment, hence the RAF. You can watch those for free without having to worry about what it's going to add on secretly to your monthly bills. What else have we got here? Any more classics? Rooftops. I heard about Rooftops, and I can't remember what it's about. I know it's not one I've seen all the way through. I may have started it at some point, but I've not seen it all the way through, so let's get that open. Okay, so that's some nice ones spotted in the action movies. Let's go and take a look at the sci-fi. So, Cyber Bride, interesting. There's a bunch of like asylum movie type things in here as well, but there's some great things as well to be found. Let's have a look through here. I promise you there's some good stuff. There's Forbidden World, that's a good start. Hell Comes to Frogtown. Some of these may have like newer covers on them, so do be aware of that. So do still check out the titles that are available. There's Battle Beyond the Sun there. I saw Transference Dark Mutants. That's actually watchable. I enjoyed that. There's Inseminoid, if you want to go really creepy. Space Raiders. Leprechaun 4, Leprechaun in Space. Space Raiders is surprisingly fun. That's a fun one. There's Flash Gordon. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. So many low budget ones. Imaginarium, The Other World, the Nightwish themed movie. I saw that recently. That was really good. Surprisingly enjoyable. Takashi Miike's Terraformers. That's I've seen the trailer for that. That looks a lot of fun. Not retro though. Let's stick to the retro stuff. So we've got Return of Swamp Thing. Awesome. Great video rental era movie there. What else have we got? Dark Star again. Star Games. I'm not familiar with that one, but that looks right up my street. Let's have a look at what year that was. I don't actually know. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Terminal Force and Laser Blast. Okay, Terminal Force had Bridget Nielsen in it, and it was like a B movie that tried to be a huge blockbuster, so there's lots of space battles and sci-fi effects in it, and it was really, really fun. Laser Blast is an old Empire Movies one, Empire Pictures one, from Charles Band, and it's notable for not being the best movie, but it's an entertaining watch, but it is not something you'd want to see many times, although there's a classic shot in it where there is an alien laser gun which is used to blow up a Star Wars sign, because Laser Blast was going to be much bigger than Star Wars. But anyway, so in the horror section here on Pluto, to give you an idea of what they've got going on there, let's see what we've got. An American Werewolf in Paris, not to everyone's taste, but free. There's Afterlife there with Christina Ricci in it. That is surprisingly good, if very unsettling. Leprechaun in the Hood. Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, if you're in the mood for something martial artsy and crazy. Again, there's Inseminoid. First Leprechaun. Don't think that. I wonder if that's the 80s version of Dolls. I'm not entirely sure. There's Vampira. Awesome. Satan's Cheerleaders. Aren't all cheerleaders possessed by demons? I think they are. Tales from the Crypt, House of Drip Blood. It's fun. It's good fun. It's good fun, and there's even, if you go all the way down to the bottom, there's Little Dead Rotting Hood, which is a surprisingly good watch as well. So there is lots to choose from on Plex and Pluto. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the amount you have to pay out for your streaming services, do take a look at things like Pluto and Plex, and you'll find a lot of stuff there to enjoy, and it is really well worth your time. Please do like and subscribe if you like this sort of thing. Please do look out for my new book, VHS-8MyBrain 2, which is coming soon, and I hope you'll join me for the next video. I'm going to go and look through these tabs at the top and probably stay up till the very small hours watching terrible stroke amazing movies. I'm Andrew Horn. Thanks for watching this episode of Planet Hex.
Hey, I'm Andrew Horn. In 2014, I put out a book called VHS-8mybrain, all about collecting VHS tapes and appreciating its dead format and the weird stuff that it brought to pop culture, and what's happened in the last 10 years in terms of the scene, collecting VHS and people's awareness and perception of it. And I love sequels, so guess what? It's tape time again.